Alright, I don't know how long it's been, but I am here again now. So it's time for me to switch over to this overlay, which at least that's still the correct size, I think. But now it's time for me to try and divine how this is gonna work when I try to mix it with capturing this thing. Oh wow, it seems like it might actually work. That's incredible. Alright, there we go. Also got a little dinner, so... weird noises that you otherwise cannot account for is probably what that is. So, anyway. Let's see. And sometimes I do not know how I was able to get this in a good setup before. What the fuck? Yeah, it should be what's this? Oh shit. It's going to the incorrect folder that it made up for some reason. It still has the old paths, okay. Now go to the correct folder, please. This one right here. Here we go. But anyway, it's time for me to see how this is going to work, because it's time for me to start the next Castlevania thing, which is going to be this this here thing, which, let me see how that looks. Let me shut this thing up. There we go. The first of the DS trilogy. Dawn of Sorrow, which I think I'm gonna go ahead and, where's the thing here? Put the logo for it under the thing. And while I'm blindly fishing around for that logo, then the game intro is gonna play, so watch how anime things are becoming. Revel in it. As we go into this here sequel to the other game that I was playing before. That'll do. And look at that frame rate drop, which I don't know why that happened. Or is happening, but better revel in it. Alright, here we go. Actually, here we go, because I think pretty much everything is in place now, but I still cannot explain that sudden frame rate drop. Sure hope it doesn't have to do with my setup, which is, I'm using window capture to get this correctly captured in proportion. Also, I hope the configuration still works with the emulated X input that I have, and it does, okay. Do I have files? I do have files. All of them are files, as a matter of fact, except this one. The Moonman head by the looks of it. Yeah, let me delete this. And did you know that the DS has a functionality where you can just tap parts of the screen, and that's how you select what you're... In fact, let me check something. Yes, this is all correct, but also capture the mouse cursor, which you're not doing. Why? Does it need to be focused? Yeah, there it is, okay. So let's see. What do I got? Well, I need to sign my name. My name is There. I picked my name, so now we can start the game. And I sure hope you're all paying attention, because we got continuity going on. It's the solar eclipse of 2035. I am Summer Cruz, ordinary high school man. I almost got consumed by an evil power after going to see a solar eclipse. Let that be a lesson to you all. I know here I am in ordinary and urban Japan, somewhere I guess, where there's no one around. Because that's how that works. Also, let me see if I can set up like background input, because that would actually be quite useful for this. I don't know where you would set that. There we go. That's when Hammer decided to... Wait, can I tell or ask you something? It's just this person who we also knew before, but as you might notice, the art style has kind of become a little more softened and more anime as a result of that. Apparently it's been a year since it all happened. Just about a year at any rate. How was it called? The ability to use the power of monsters. It was called the power of having the patience to grind for the same soul over and over again. For like 30 minutes at a time, if not more. But we lost that ability. We will clearly never be doing that again. Get this terrible feeling inside. It's probably nothing. What could possibly go wrong? Apparently we haven't been able to grind for souls last year, but then this happens. And this idyllic music that we have playing continues playing as this mysterious person appears who has like a hairstyle that looks like it's grabbing her neck. Yeah, and you may call me Celia. Celia Fortner. You already know my last name, even though I haven't actually told it to you, but you may not know me as that for long. I have servants, you see. Also note how, even though we're in the middle of a city or some kind of town, nobody is around to notice this. And all we're gonna do is what's the word I'm looking for? Has to do with anguish or angst, but I don't think angst is a verb. But anyway, here's this guy. Here's not Alucard again, Mr. Aricado. Genya Aricado the Guardian. I'm gonna put this barrier of confetti that separates both of you from this side. But apparently it's not strong enough to keep this knife that we can just swing at our leisure now. Away from us, but anyway, here we go. This is the game. We can aggro the Skelly boy and do only 1 damage, or 2 damage to him at a time. It's a bullet type tactical soul, you see. I think we might use it already, yep. We can now throw the bones, but unfortunately these fuckers are back, and they can get rid of lesser attacks just by spinning their spear, so... However, we can also use the spinning spear to hurt this guy, the golem, who... I don't know, can we even throw the bone at him? Yeah, it does. We can, and it does more damage than the spear does. So, those 3 souls... are what we get, and... oh man, we can move farther along than I remember us being able to. Using whatever it means, I shall see your demise, she says. Are you alright? Find that power returned. What's going on? Power didn't return, it was always with you, so it seems. You just never had a need for it since you fled the castle. You didn't, like, suck up any dead people's souls since You left, apparently, even though you had the power to all the time. Couldn't use the power because I was never in any danger. Well, what if he got into like a car accident then, or an impending car accident? Would he have like used thrown skeleton bones at the other car, or it raises a few questions. I was the priestess of a new and rapidly growing cult, which apparently are a thing. I mean, it's kind of been implied that Dracula cults have always been a thing in the Castlevania verse to do the resurrection thing, but... And that's kind of what would explain what the deal was with Shaft and some of the other stuff like this, the intro in Chronicles, but... They don't like the fact that you didn't become the Lord of Darkness, not only that, they intend to create a new Lord by eliminating you. But you don't need to get any more involved with this. Apparently. The woman said she would see my demise. Several days later. What a good way to show that transition. Cult space is here. Hammer's info wasn't so iffy after all. Hammer's info, which we're going to just... mention there's a throwaway thing, but then he's right here too. Apparently followed us all the way here without us noticing. Who told you about this place? Wait, it was me. You get your mind on doing something wicked, I want in, even though I'm not with the army anymore. I don't know what happened with that pretty lady. Yoko, she's not coming, haven't told us so. And apparently he finds it surprising. Since I'm here, I better make the best of it. Like in business as you're my customer, even though... I don't know, did he ever open up a shop in between the time that the last game ended and now, as he said he would? He's not gonna just leave us here. Let's go about the area and find a spot to set up shop. Alrighty then. Why wouldn't he just tell her about this? I don't know. But we are now in the Lost Village, it seems. We still only have the shitty knife as our weapon, but that's perfectly fine, I guess. Because we are in fact at the point where everything dies just from that. And even if that were not the case, I could always just, use the salts we got during the intro, but we also have a bunch of library entries explaining the lore of the game that I don't think we really need to go into. It's, we just witnessed the game that there's a sequel to before. Also, check this door with... We instinctively know that it's sealed and a magical seal is needed, but we can try to run into it unsuccessfully also. Which I was actually kind of doubtful, because I didn't see like a selection to see if I was going to be playing on normal or hard, but I'm pretty sure I'm playing on normal now, since, the enemies do the damage they're supposed to do at this point in the game, which is to say, negligible. But hey, look, it's the wargs from Symphony. It's literally just the sprites recycled from Symphony. Yeah, you should probably get used to seeing a lot of that in these DS games, because they did that a lot. Since with the DS they could, have an engine that... and a graphic capability that was actually powerful enough to, emulate or replicate the feel of the PS1. So now we get to have a bunch of recycled graphics. But not recycled graphics for these two. It's Yoko and Julius, who, because of the change in the art style, actually look younger than they did before. Funny you should ask that. I got wind of this cult from a tip by Arikado. We're investigating with Mr. Belmont. Mr. Belmont, well, I don't know how old Yoko's supposed to be, but Julius is like 60 at this point. think it's the implication. Hey Sama, I'm gonna kill you if you try to kill me. Remember the fun times we had a year ago when I tried to do it, and you just smacked me across the face with giant Minotaur axes over and over again. That was a fun time. Also, please don't be here. Except you're gonna be here. Okay then. And he just leaves. I'll need a contact here just in case, so he doesn't want her to come, and indeed he just jumps like he can do, I guess. And men, they're so selfish. Isn't it incredible how they actually have, you know, different facial expressions in this game, whereas they pretty much only had up to 2 in the previous one, and only a few characters did. What is this? A magic seal. The cult leader appears to create gates that draw the power of darkness. Oh boy, this is going to be one of the most fun parts of the game too. Just you wait. Monsters exposed to that power are said to be invincible. That's where this magic seal comes in. Want to practice using it? Yes. It's terrible, so you need to draw a figure exactly as shown, and when they say that, they mean it. So this system is very finicky. Extremely finicky, so probably gonna be using save states wholeheartedly when I actually need to do that. Let's go, it's a dead end here. Only Julius could get in from somewhere like this. He held on to the relics he got in the castle last time, you see. Why didn't you do that? Where's the griffin wing or whatever? Why didn't you keep that soul? Alright, sure, we'll go, except I'll try going right immediately, and she doesn't say anything. Try going in the water, which is probably very cold, and at least she doesn't do the same. Alright. So she's gonna follow us for a grand total of 1 screen here, and not really do anything or be affected by the enemies in any way. Just learn the art of traveling the different planes up the background, I guess. If only we could learn that power. Also, I don't know, but the reason I didn't like this game as much as Arya, which, you know, this is direct sequel to, so it's... oh, she can still jump though, and makes a sound while doing that. Oh, that reminds me, there's something I need to check. Probably should have checked this before again. No, don't do that. Use this. Yes, exactly, but not there. Hang on. Hello? Doesn't let me... right, hang on. Hang on, I got this. Just need to take an extra second. I don't know if I'm gonna have to restart. I probably am. Okay. Castlevania, here we go. Well, that's perfectly fine, because as you might recall, there's a save room right here. Where we get bombarded with blue lights. Sparkly blue lights, and then... yeah, now I restart, hang on. How do I do that? Here, it's all the way down here, alright. Konami, yes. What did you do to Castlevania? So I don't know. If I want to start a new game, okay, it tells you, it actually asks you what the difficulty is, but it only, you know, smartly enough, this game does not let you, pick hard if you're just starting a normal new game. I think that's a pretty sensible choice. I think it, you know, compared to what happened last time, but looks like you'll need a magic seal right away. So we do it automatically that time, but that's pretty much the only time we do that, when we're opening those doors. So I'll be waiting for you to kill the monster in there. I will not actually be helping you, even though if you go by the extra mode, she could actually do that if she wanted, also. Actually, give me a second, because I'm pretty sure I still have the bitrate really high up from Dark Souls. Let me bring it down a bit. So here's Flying Armor, who we could whose soul we got really early on into Aria of Sorrow. It's the one that lets us fly, or not fly, but like fall slower. If we could fly, then it would be so much easier, but no, we're actually gonna be using the same soul to fly that we did in Aria when we eventually get it, but as you can see, we only have one soul, but one soul is all we need. And here we go, we need to draw this quickly and precisely, and I guess I did it. And you have to do this for pretty much every boss in the game, except for a few. Reduce the speed of falling. It's kind of interesting with the, design of flying armor, since you could very briefly see that design when you use the flying armor soul in Aria, but that's only if you were really paying attention, and then they actually expanded it and made it the boss that you get here. Using magic seals is a piece of cake. That magic seal won't be useful forever. I'll prepare new and more complex patterns for magic seals, because they can just do that, I guess. So, and why they just didn't do that from the beginning, I don't know, but they'll have the patterns hidden somewhere. If they don't, the gates will be useless, so we need to rummage everywhere. Well, couldn't they just put it behind one of those gates? Lock themselves in there, and that would kind of break the game, wouldn't it? So Yoko will go on, continue on her own. Julius may have some new information, and Hammer's gonna be around here too, but I don't think either Julius or Yoko knows about that yet. So yeah. And here's a jump that you can do if you're very precise. You can totally do this without the thing they want to use, which is very unsubtly hinted at by the big blue implements that clash with the rest of the background there. And just the fact that you get it as the reward for beating the boss that you just beat. Well, while we're speaking about the graphics, I guess, could also see that Sama has this very hard to notice compared to previous examples, but kind of this aura that he leaves behind. There we go. Or it kind of creates a outline of his body that kind of follows him wherever he goes. And that's obviously another example of that being carried over from Alucard and Symphony. I'm guessing it's for style and not for difficulties in being able to see anymore, because in between when the first Game Boy Advance came out and when the DS came out, they did come up with the Game Boy Advance SP, which does in fact have backlight built in every model, I'm pretty sure. I'm almost entirely 100% certain. So I don't think they were as worried about visibility. They weren't worried that we're gonna flub it up like they did with Circle of the Moon again, on the hardware that it was meant for. Also, check it out, you can actually, check your map on the top screen, which you can switch back and forth between the that and the status screen by pressing select, and it's pretty handy because you don't have to go into the pause menu every time just to check your map, or pause the game to check your map rather, is what I should have phrased it at. Also, we can sit on chairs now, and I'm pretty sure this is where we gotta continue, so before we do that, let's go ahead and go to the bottom of this room, because there's some interesting stuff waiting for us down there. If we go to the left, there's this weird symbol, and also this doll in the background, which is waving its arms. That only shows up if you have the Aria GBA cartridge in the GBA slot. Also, Yoko's here. Oh yeah, there's something else I shouldn't... Hang on a minute. Well, let's watch a cutscene first, but there's no one living here, so it should be okay. That rough-looking guy right across from me, what was his name again? Hammer, correct. He came to help me. Didn't ask him to come, did you? Nope. It's too dangerous for him to be out here, though, even though he was also on the other castle and he got out of that fine. It's hopeless now that someone who's not supposed to be here showed up. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And Yoko gained a new ability too. The power of dominance lets you control the souls of monsters. She can use magic to draw the monster's souls out and use them. We can use them and fuse them with a weapon, creating a new weapon, so we have weapon crafting in this. That consumes the souls used. She's considered an exceptional spellcaster. Yeah, you don't really get that impression that much in the first area, but... you know, there's a mode with her, a mode in this game where you can actually get to play as her, and she's the spellcaster. She's kind of a little callback to a game from long ago that's in the same series, but we'll get to that in due time. But maybe able to reduce the souls used, so we can just get rid of souls if we want to too. No way we would want that, but there's something I gotta check. Hang on. Whoops, no. Here, at the other screen, please. Damn it. Alright, hang on a minute. Might have to restart real quick because there's something else I wanted to get that I did not get because I remember too late to have the GBA cartridge thing. Okay. So, guess what I'm gonna have to do now? I'm gonna have to speedrun the early parts of the game that I just played in, like... oh, I just noticed that the stream reset because it crashed at a certain point. The timer did. Oh yeah, time to speedrun the 20 minutes that I just played through. God, no. Fire, okay. Skip. Kill. Okay. I thought the red ones were called bullet souls. Guardian tactical soul. Okay. Guardian soul. And then... what are the yellow ones called? I never actually memorized that. Just knife the golem. They're called enchant souls. Okay. Hey, I'm over here. Okay, skip this, skip this. Let's go. Oh yeah, hang on a minute. Now that I'm actually playing, I should be able to check. We have the rare ring. This is the other thing that you get if you start with the GBA ARIA cartridge in the slot. You get the rare ring from the beginning, which lets you grind or lets you get more rare item appearances right from the beginning. I think that's the only difference, though, pretty much. To give you that ring at the start, I'm pretty sure you can get it regardless. Like, you can just find it if you don't get it that way. But of course, you don't get it immediately, and I can't have that. Alright. Get that, get that. Save. Save, I said. And... kill the stuff in this room. Hey, do you guys remember the fireworks and symphony on the Ouroboros enemy that was like... flying white dragon that if you kill the rider, you can actually become your ally for a bit. Alright. Because I remember. Alright, skip this, and then don't even bother playing around there. Pretty sure that this still has the... yeah, it has the thing where your weapons are cancelled if you start swinging them in the air, but you land before the animation ends. The animation cancels and you can move. Which is pretty good. So let's save again, you know, because we got imminent death with the first boss of the game. And we're gonna have to draw the seal again, so I'm not too pleased about that, but whatever. You know, this is the easiest seal, and I think we only ever get to use it on this guy. Mr. Flying Armor. Don't think there's any real point to trying to like beat the bosses without getting hit in this game. Wink wink, there is a game where in this series where, or at least one, where that is worth it. Trying to pursue that, but but this is not it, so alright, I can skip this. I will speak to her, because why not? And I will do this immediately. Claymore, okay. When you get a sword, etc, etc, that's Claymore. I'm sorry, I can came up with the rest of the rhyme on my own. You also get a mace. I forgot about that when I didn't really notice that when I grabbed it the first time, but I think the deal with the mace is the same as the deal with mace type weapons in Aria, where it's like they have higher attack, but they also a lot clunkier. Yeah, this weapon type doesn't actually cancel when you hit the ground, and yeah, the mace doesn't really offer that much higher attack, and I'm pretty sure it's we can't do anything right now. I don't think we can turn the short sword into a cutlass with the armor knight, so, or if we had a war soul, we could turn the claymore into the falchion. So yeah, probably gonna have to grind even more souls than before for this reason. Did you know that the money grinding method in this game actually involves grinding for souls? I think it's a little bit less grading than the one in Aria though. And did you know that the money grinding method we use in this game is also going to be necessary because, and look at that door, it's weird. Have a sit down. Because we're gonna need to do the money grinding for the exact same reason that we needed to do it in the previous game, which is, you know, trying to get something that this guy sells. Not a bad shop. I just run into this abandoned house and set up shop, I guess. Yoko's in the area. She must have come after me. That's not it. Sure, quick to put a man down. Well, she's here to investigate the cult. A lot more motivated this time. So they make a lot more deal of Hammer being after Yoko this time around. So I get a bunch of stuff. We don't have the thing that I'm gonna end up having to grind to buy yet, but it will come. Short sword, a sword with a stubby blade. Also this thing which we can't read until we buy, so let's buy it. Yeah, let's buy it, why not? It's cheap enough, and we can get more of the casual plan by getting that. So he only sells really basic stuff right now, but he'll sell he'll have a better inventory as time goes on. But anyway, let's continue now. Notice to the actual 3D rendered buildings in the back that kind of rotate a bit. As we move across the planes of the screen. Also, let's check out the thing that we bought. Uma News 1-1. Exclusive scoop. Abominable snowman discovered? Maybe. The truth is out there and whatnot, right? Okay, we can one-shot the spin double enemy with that. Actually pretty good. I guess we'll keep the mace for now. And I hope there's a weapon like this that, like, you swing with this animation, but like the Claims of Lace, you actually can cancel it by landing, because a lot of these here you can't. Like even in Aria, Death Sight, which is technically the strongest weapon, until you factor in the hang on a minute. Okay, Until you factor in the... what do you call it? Oh, I forgot this was here actually. The elemental stuff, the dark element. That also did not cancel when you hit the ground, but the Claim Solace did, even though that's the... you know, the one that has a better element, the holy element, and also... you know, it cancelled, which means that it was a lot more versatile. Also note that, you know, this room full of zombies over here, this is where the... you know, you might notice that we're having a lot of luck having their souls drop repeatedly, and... it actually keeps track of how many souls we collect from each enemy. That will be important. For a very interesting reason, but the room with all the zombies whose souls drop very easily, and coupled with the fact that we can mix them with weapons to create stronger weapons, has to do with the money grinding method I mentioned earlier. Also, here's a picture of Celia. And some weird moon language written on it. And apparently she has her boob window even for this poster, which is... gonna have to assume that it's like the cold propaganda or whatever. Also, here's a new Student Witch sprite. That shows up in this game for the first time, I think. Pretty sure the Student Witch enemies were not in any game before Aria, so... so yeah. It kind of became a minor staple after Aria, though. They still turn into cats when they die. I think they still give you the power to shoot cats if you get their soul. But you know, once again, I'm gonna be getting every soul in this game. Probably multiple times over because of how they change the mechanics, but... well, I don't know, I'm probably gonna be focusing primarily on getting at least one of everyone, because you want to do that in this game for the same reason you wanted to do that in Aria. Just leave it at that for now. You know, if you were watching the end of my Aria streams, then you should already know what that is. I get the Spin Devil Soul. We can create tornadoes with this. And the thing that I forgot to consider before was the fact that... hang on, why are these 7 zip files have demon tools as a default thing? That's ridiculous. Okay. I need a map of the game so I can mark the items. Do I have one? Is this it? I think this might be it here. This is the map. Oh my word. Alright, open this with paint, I guess. And zoom in, okay. And just mark the places that I just have stuff that I have not gotten yet, I guess. That, I need to get that. Now there's this important announcement. This man has been trapped in the Black Lodge for too long. Contact your nearest lodge to receive your doppelganger. Well... man, wouldn't you know it? You know, just last night I was talking about how I never finished watching the new Twin Peaks because I was just like, what is even going on? So I couldn't tell you if that's related to that. And let's see, this should lead us to the bridge, yes. Where the bridge was, at any rate. Or it is, but it's not down yet, so we can't go that way easily, but we can go in here. Here's a new level transition screen. Guess they kind of kept that for style, because in Symphony, you see, they had those as disguised loading screen, because loading screens, and because the actual, you know, disk load time is guaranteed or warranted having those. Jeez, yes, because they sound the same, they're the same word, no they're not. But after that, it was pretty unnecessary to keep them on these other systems, so they just kind of kept them for stylistic reasons, I guess. So we made it to the second area, Wizardry Lab, which has the musical Dracula's Tears playing. Which is apparently pretty well remembered by people, I don't know. Oh shit, okay, well there's the bomber armor again. Still kind of ineffective in the grand scheme of things, as you see. But slimes also have that thing where they take many hits to die because of how high defense they have. What high defense they have. Well, looks like this room's at dead end, so let's go ahead and check what's probably waiting at the end of it. Oh wow. I wasn't expecting that axe to fly in an arc like that. Isn't it funny how there's just a chest with money? And the bomber armors get blown up by their own bombs when you kill them. Do I have any better souls than the skeleton bullet soul, by the way? I only have zombie. You can summon zombie now. You can send him after your enemies. And that's it. Guess we can try out how it works. I don't think it's gonna be very effective against these ghosts, so... Spoilers, that's what they are, ghosts. Let's try it here. Hey, go kill them, zombie. Hey, he's actually doing it, what do you know? Wonder if he gets hit by their attacks, if it's gonna be less effective. Well, I'm gonna wait until the slime comes all the way over here so I can stick the zombie on him. After it rounds the bend here. There you go. Nope, it's a thought that counts. Well, let's go back to the other one. Skeleton souls. So I think this is one of those games where you need to start paying more attention. Or Castlevania games where you need to start paying more attention to the elemental weaknesses that the enemies have. I'm pretty sure that was also a factor in the previous ones, but you know. They actually started making it more important for like the common enemies, so you need to pay more attention as opposed to just like certain bosses or rare enemies. And not only that, but well, you see all the different elements that each enemy has marked on the status screen there. And you might be wondering what the first three are about. Pretty sure that has to do with, I think it's bashing weapon, slashing weapon, and piercing weapon. Or, yeah, I think if you invert the later two, that's what those mean, the symbols. Where the circle means that they are weak against that, and the cross means they are not weak against that at all, and you shouldn't even bother, so... Okay, also there's an old friend, the Manticore, I think. Except this time the Manticore looks a lot more colorful and lion-y and kind of stylized. Oh, and it can turn around slowly too. Huh. Just punch its tail, and there you go. And if you kill it when it's turning, it doesn't really die until it finishes turning. That's interesting. Also, check out this weird painting in the background. I don't know what the deal is with it, but it doesn't really do anything. Just kind of stares at you as you pass by. I feel like it might be a reference to some of the other paintings from previous games, like the painting in Haunted Castle that cries bloody tears, or the painting in Rondo that comes to life and tries to kill you. But this painting doesn't do any of that stuff. It just stares at you. Alright, what's over here, by the way? Is this warp room? Yes. You can activate the warp function. And you might remember this part of the Lost Village, which had a barricade here to stop you from coming into the first warp room immediately, but it gets removed after you warp to it from a different room. Even though I'm pretty sure that if you glitch out the game or do something or just like exploit something, you can actually get to the first warp room as the earliest opportunity. I don't know if you can warp anywhere from there though, that time. Here is, what is this guy called again? Slaughterer. Big old pigman. Also, who explodes into a shower of flames when he dies. Pigman who spits fire too. There's that. take into consideration also. Oh, and occasionally he punches you, but mostly it's this, I guess. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to, like, get anywhere from here right now. But we can, you know, kill these dudes from the floor, so what reason would we have not to do that? There we are. I don't think there's anything else in here except, you know, after we go through this door we're going to realize, yep, I actually did not want to go that way yet, because these guys are just everywhere in the hallway, and so are those weird ice blocks that we cannot do anything about right now. And if we actually move all the way over to the right, as I am doing right now, which is kind of a misguided effort, then we find out that we can't jump high enough to get there, so I have to walk all the way back, so here I go. And I have to go back through the room with the pigs too, so let me try using Zombie Soul again. Oh, we have the Axe Armor too. Let's see. Let's summon Zombie. Let's listen as Dracula's B-17 bomber suddenly comes in and swoops in from who knows where, and that guy almost knocked me out of the room as I was trying to kill him. There we go. So Zombie's actually pretty good against these guys. Oh, she can try to walk you with her broom too. Also, something else I guess I might as well mention is up to the game after this one, none of these 2D Metroidvania games were dubbed in English or had any English changes made for their sound files, and you know, you don't get like full-on voice acting on them or anything, so it's not really that noticeable, but you do notice that what little real words you do hear are not in English or in Japanese. But starting, well, they did it the first time with Symphony, obviously, but starting with the game after this one, they would go back to doing it for the rest of the series. Which, you know, at that point meant only a couple, but still. Oh, I can try to summon Zombie meter, and he just disappears immediately, okay. Alright, so Zombie's actually pretty reliable soldier there. And I keep forgetting that I already have the... Alright, here's Frankenstein's monster, by the way. It's the creature, and I'm pretty sure he can kill you dead at this point, so... Probably shouldn't be doing this, or what I just did there. Probably a stupid idea. Oh, never mind. See, the zombies will always do the job. Okay, here's another room with items that I have yet to get. Let's see where that is. Here it is. So now we have to keep going down through this path down here. Because, oh, here's another monster like this, so you do have to fight at least one of them, I see, before you're allowed to proceed. Boy. Thankfully you can just jeep him like this, if you're fortunate enough. And it appears I was, so that's good. And okay, I think this loops back to the other part of the map. There's a golem in our way, you know, like the guy we completely obliterated during the intro, so... Surely this will end badly for us, however, no, it did not. Here's a chair. Actually, wait a minute. If we go down into this room from this room, okay, that guy still gonna be there. Never mind. Thought something different might happen if we happen to approach from the different direction, but I guess not. Alright. Now let me see. The exit is over there. Or the normal exit, I guess. The exit that actually leads back to where we came from is over on the left, so there's something else on the right. Oh, it's a slaughter and slime. And it doesn't look like there's anything else over there, so let's go ahead and skip that for now. What level am I now? I'm level 9 already. Wow. Didn't think I was leveling up that many times. Already. You know, being high level doesn't actually help all that much in this game, I don't think. Still think the game in which that helps the most is Circle of the Moon, because it actually does give you big stat boosts. So what happens if we go down and to the left here? Oh, it's just another dead end with a scarf, though, and an item there that we cannot receive yet. Hang on. Gonna go ahead and mark that. Alright. Surely try to mark the stuff I have been receiving, though, like this thing. Oh, right next to it. That's mine. Whatever was over here, it's mine. This is mine. Alright. Let's equip the stuff. Probably shouldn't bother with the rare ring right now, since... You know, I don't really need a lock boost at this point in the game. Cloth tunic that we get us a drop from the zombies is actually better than the clothes we start with. Damn it, that's not very nice. Alright, let's go. Shall I keep heading deeper into the abyss here that these rooms lead into? Oh boy, okay. I was not sure if I was gonna be able to dodge either of those things there. Almost got cornered, you see. So let's go over this way and... what is this? It's you. The woman and 2 complete strangers. You've come just as I predicted. Celia Fortner. This punk's a Lord of Darkness. Simpletons are so vexing. So already we know what this guy's last name is from hearing his first name. Alright. Dario and Dmitri. Dario Bossi and Dmitri Blinov. Both of their initials are DB. Holy shit, is that a motherfucking JoJo reference? Blah 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 blah. Okay. Now that that's over with, excessive behavior will come to our house, home to our church, where everything tries to kill you. Why would you want to resurrect the Dark Lord? I do not desire the Dark Lord per se. For God to be perfectly good, there must be a being of perfect darkness. Has nothing to do with me. If this world does need a perfect dark being, one should emerge. That's how that works. Isn't that how it works? Perhaps so, perhaps not. What is true, however, is that the power of darkness steadily grows faint. Lord of Darkness must be enthroned without fail. Not a moment too soon. So this guy wants to kill us already. He'll try to stop me using whatever means. There's no need for haste. We can destroy him however we wish. It also serves a test for both of you. Well, there is but one Dark Lord, yet there are 2 candidates. Whoever defeats this boy becomes chosen as the Lord of Darkness. Obviously. So this guy can use fire. The other guy we do not know yet. See no significance in my presence here at this time. Well, they just walk off. So they are Dark Lord's candidates. They need to get enough Dark Lord votes to run for Dark Lord office. I don't know about the Dark Lord Electoral College. That's weird contrived. institution there. They were born at the same time as Dracula's demise, so they're Graham's age. They're the same deal as him, pretty much. They're inheritors of Dracula's dark powers. Which is why their powers actually end up being similar to Dracula's, kind of like what Graham ended up doing in the fight with him. It's no guarantee that they can become the Dark Lord. They can by shattering Dracula's soul. Okay. It's not really followed up on, but apparently she'll be waiting at the top, like the other guy did. Alright, so we got the setup now. And we're almost to the far end of this place, as you see. Only got a boss left, and because there's a boss right there, there's this right here too. So let's go ahead and continue on. Okay, I guess we're gonna use this super simple seal on this guy too. Oh yeah, I think we can slide right from the beginning too in this game. That's... hey, there are these weird ice blocks that we can destroy. Apparently though we can have something up ahead that can destroy them though. And we already know it's this guy again, Balor, except he looks a lot different this time, and... okay, apparently Sully's not gonna be that useful when trying to fight him. So there's pretty much a couple of ways you can try to fight him without getting murdered by his giant eye laser or his fist. Pretty much boils down to being in the right place at the right time. And because he's the second boss you fight, he's actually pretty... got a pretty simplistic pattern, as you can see. No second phase or anything weird like that, like his old version in Arya did. It's really fast-paced. Oh boy. Right, that didn't work out as well as it could have. Probably better to keep some degree of distance from his face, not be like right pressed up against it, so you can avoid the big uppercut when he starts charging that up. Like so. Also, you can backdash right from the beginning now too, I forgot about that. Oh, he doesn't always do it like right next to himself, I just saw. Surprisingly, this fight is more complex than I thought. Oh god. Just doing that now though. Over and over. Okay, let's see. Can I do it in time and well enough for the game to register? Yeah, I can. Yeah, well, when it inevitably gets to the point where I'm not gonna be able to do that and satisfy the game by doing that, and it's gonna use save states, but get our first ability soul, which lets us destroy the weird icy blocks that were on the way here, and indeed we have to, because you can see we can't leave without that. And we indeed destroy them just by touching them on the touchscreen. So let's save again. So is backdashing faster in this game? I don't think it is, no. Didn't really make backdashing that much. Well, it's probably faster than walking, but I don't think they never made it quite as fast as it was in Symphony. Oh, there's a golem here now. Oh, zombie killed it, okay. So we have a shiny new ability now that we can use to get out of here. If I can just remember the path, like, I think if we just stick to the right side here, we'll get there eventually. Oh boy, still coming after me, and oh, he would have thrown me out of the room there, I think, if he had caught me. It's actually really surprising that I managed to get out of that without getting just knocked back. Well, let's hurt these guys through the floor, shall we? Try to. There we we are. Don't need to go that way, though. We need to go the other way. Oh, shit. Oh yeah, something else that I could mention about how the game actually keeps track of like the number of copies of each unique soul that you collect. There's actually a reason for that, namely that, you know, other than just allowing you to hold more than one at a time, so you can use it for the Yoko stuff, which is, you know, item crafting and just letting go if you want, I guess. You know, when you actually use the souls, they actually get more powerful if you have more copies of them in your soul bank. I don't know. Apparently the executioner, or what are they called, slaughterer, and there's a different enemy called executioner that actually has pretty good soul for bullet soul. But slaughterer and the different pig-like enemies, pretty much this game's version of where Jaguar and where Tiger from Aria, where they attack with a straight punch and then the other one attacks with an uppercut. Alrighty. I probably won't do any item or weapon upgrading yet. Need to like look that up and come up with a plan so I don't end up wasting stuff, but here we go. Oh yeah, we can do this because we're actually gonna end up having to, you know, break the blocks to get out of here, but we can just do it preemptively if we just get to the far end of the room on foot and then clear it out, and then there you go, all the blocks are gone. Careful not to destroy those, or you're not gonna be able to get on this platform though. Which takes you all the way over there. As you leave a silhouette of yourself that's perfectly exactly the same with every frame. That just kind of makes it look weird. And now on to the next area, the Garden of Madness. Here's the Oons again. And the skeleton boomerangs that we have not seen since... well, not seen looking like this, at least, since Symphony. I think they were in Circle of the Moon or Harmony. I think they were... might have been in both of them, I don't know. I think they were only in Harmony. Between Symphony and this, I don't remember. Can save again. What level are we now? Level 11. And there's no boss in this area, I don't think, which is kind of weird. But something important we'll also have in here. It's a bit like with the, kind of like with the floating garden, but there did end up being a boss in that area. But in the floating garden at the, midpoint / end of Aria. Just kind of passed through there at first, but eventually you have to go back there because that's where the gate to the Chaos Realm is. Also, that was a happy little treant, and he was guarding this, the second magic seal. Which we're not gonna use yet, as I said, but oh, here's a corpse suite, I think. Unlike in Symphony, where if you kill them when they have not expanded yet, then it counts as an Oon. A normal Oon, but if you don't kill them immediately, they become corpse suites, and you actually need to wait for them to become corpse suites so that you can get their unique drops if that's what you're going for. Also Mandragora, who, you know, unlike the ones in Aria, at least, that have a fucking entire room effective range, we can throw Oon at a foe now. And corpse suite, wow. Someone corpse suite is a familiar. So there's, we can go back to the bridge, I think, maybe through the passage there, but explore a little more of the garden here, since there's some stuff we need to get that, or it hopes us to get at least at this point. Should probably save after getting the Oon and the corpse with souls, though. I'll get a breastplate. It's probably better than, defensively than the cloth tunic. don't know, I think I'm gonna keep the mace. I think the Claymore's hitting more fast than that. Yeah, the corpse will actually have a chance to attack or not, because apparently it can't turn. Oh shit, no. Molluska is what that guy's called, and we cannot easily do away with him also. Might have noticed the magic seal door behind him, but it doesn't mean we can actually get in there now. Nope. As it happens, you know, we need a way more advanced magic seal that we don't get until near the end to open that door, and again, that begs the question of why didn't they just use the advanced magic seals, since they clearly have them at this point to you know, seal all of the boss gates or whatever. Also, Catoblepas is back, even though he looks like the Gorgon enemy from... He looks exactly like the Gorgon enemy from Symphony, because he just recycled the sprite. Oh boy. And there was a skeleton farmer who froze Oon mixed with Mandragora seeds, so gotta watch out for the bladder. Oh shit. And here's Yorick. You might remember him from Symphony. He was in one room in that game, I think. He just kicks his head around like a ball. On that black chest, which is, you know, like the red chest, which are actual chests, this is a Mimic. Mimic who jumps around on frog legs for some reason. Oh god. And it's actually kind of a hardy enemy for this early part of the game. And there's one of those soul holder thingies from Arya up there. And I'm pretty sure that has pretty much the other main reason why we would want to explore the garden right now. It's a doppelganger soul. We can switch souls and equipment using the X. 2 sets of equipment may be set using equip. So we can set up 2 different sets of equipment if we want and switch between them on the fly, which is actually pretty handy to be able to do. So we avoid the Donkey Kong skeletons, which again are recycled from Rondo, which were then recycled again in Symphony. You might be noticing a pattern emerging. Pretty sure the Oon sprites are also from Symphony, where they were called Thornweeds instead. Oh god. Oh wow. I'm surprised I did not get hit by the Catoblepas that whole time. Oh god, okay. Also that's Rikuda, and he spits lightning as you saw there. Oh boy. Is there an item on the ground, or am I imagining that? Yeah, I'm imagining that. Pretty sure if we go into this room... Yeah, apparently the corpse we can't turn, which is kind of interesting. There's gonna be another mollusca there, which poisons us, and we don't want that. Can I set a placement? I'm pretty sure that's all that's gonna be there. Oh yeah, there is a boss here, I forgot about that. I don't think we're gonna deal with that just yet, though. I don't know. Forget if we even can, but... Oh, okay. That was fair. Yeah, note this thing on the left or the right here. It says 777. Do you know what that means? Because I know what that means. And I'm gonna show you what that means eventually. Just gotta, you know, do a few things with this here. Perpetually coin dropping thing first. Alright. Now I wanna get only blue, yellow, and silver coins. I don't know if I'm even gonna be getting any yellow coins, but it's only dropping the brown coins, of course. Now that I could use the silver coins and not the brown coins, which is only dropping now. There we go. So you might be slightly clued in as to what I'm trying to do here. Because if we go to the thing, if we go up to the thing right now, I guess I'll show you. Then it does this. And what it rolls is 4, 2, 6, which are not the correct numbers, so it's just sad. And you might notice also that those numbers match up with something else that's in our status right now. Alright, I might actually end up resorting to grabbing the copper coins. Or not, never mind. Apparently I'm not gonna need them after all. Need to grab 5 of them to throw the balance. Or yeah, fuck, I'm gonna grab them. Oh, damn it. Didn't want to fall there. Don't need the blue coins anymore. Alright, we're almost there. Certainly isn't taking nearly as long as the other, you know, other recent grindfest that I did. It was. Okay. No, I only need 1 copper coin. How much do you want to bet now that I actually need that? It's not gonna come. Oh boy, I should have level 1 prophecy. Okay, there it is. Perfect. And it matches perfectly, so let's go ahead and get the 777, lucky 737, there we go. Which raises our luck and also constitution and intelligence, but it's not as good at defense as the thing we're wearing right now, so probably gonna be good for when we're grinding for souls though, which will eventually happen at some point. Definitely eventually happen, I guess. Would be one way to phrase it reasonably. Oh shit, the fucking Rikuda. Oh, I almost ran into them on driver strike there. Oh yeah, if you destroy the Yorik's head, it just goes crazy and runs around like that. Destroy the Yorik's head without destroying the body, that is. Okay, this is the Dark Chapel. You know what, I just want to... If there's not like a save point nearby, I would like to find like well, I'm pretty sure we have to go this way now. At any rate, but this is either a save room or okay. Definitely don't want to lose all this good stuff that happened to me back there with getting souls and managing to open up the first of the, you know, spoiler alert, multiple slot machine thingies there are in the game. There's like 3. And also those are the mini devils. They also, they like laugh to taunt you now, but basically do the same thing that they did in Aria, which is they throw little edges at you. Also, here's the witch enemy. She's once again redesigned. Actually, you know, they had an enemy that pretty much looked just like this in Symphony called Salome, but in a shocking twist, they didn't just recycle that sprite for this one. This enemy, instead they made a complete new one. That's, I guess, a bit more modeled after the witches seen in Aria and possibly Harmony, I don't know. Still looks a lot like the Salome though. These are zombies, no, they are ghouls, okay. You can tell they're not zombies because they're recolored. Here are now ghouls. And here are the ghost dancers. Their souls also give fortune like they did in Aria, but you know, like in Aria where you can just find a different enemy and get the higher get a soul that's just a better version of the luck boosting properties that the Ghost Dancer one had. Here you have to grind up to 9 Ghost Dancer souls to max out the power of the souls and get the highest luck boost available, but here is this game's version of the Great Arbor enemies, as you see. They are actually, because they are higher resolution, I think they actually have more grace in safe zone that is right next to them when they do their swings like that. Here's the Valkyrie too. debuted in Aria, but they actually updated her sprite. Well, it's not like they could just reuse the sprite from Aria, but actually updated her sprite to match the general look of Symphony, which I think is pretty neat. And, you know, the other enemy that was just like Valkyrie in Aria is also making a comeback eventually, which is just wonderful, considering how wonderful grinding that one's soul was. Oh god. And as you'll agree, this is a great place to put these infinitely spawning enemies in that just spawn in midair. So you need to do some timed platforming. It's great. Well, at least they're not Medusa heads. I will say that, at least they're not Medusa heads, but they're still Castlevania birds. I would definitely include them within that category. So there's two ways you can go here. I think we're gonna go down first, or we'll go down to proceed rather. I think one of these should be a save room, yeah, because there's a boss coming up, you see. Okay, there's better make note of this too.
Castlevania birds, they're my darkest nightmare.
You know, hang on a minute. Is the emulator sound all the way up? Because I was... No, it isn't. It's actually really quiet. Compared to how it should be. There we go. Because I was like... How the fuck is that so much louder when the emulator's actually pretty loud most of the time? There we go. Yeah, that's better. It's at like 20% volume, I'm like, why? Alright, so here's the next boss room that we needed this seal to open, but I'm not actually gonna be needing to use a seal during the fight, because here's this guy. It's hit by that ball and then he shoots it right back. Excuse me for that rather uncouth scene. Well, the Dark Lord candidates, Dimitri Blinov. Does that mean you've forsaken Celia? Nope. A ritual to gain power. You witnessed it. Unless you're a Steamastar, you should have discerned my ability. Capability to copy magical attacks, but not normal attacks, I guess. As there is no one else to disrupt us, don't have any reason to fight you. You have any reason for going along with Celia's scheme? None whatsoever. Okay. I have this power. I wish I know the meaning of it, its significance. Is that not a natural desire? Finding my power will finally provide me with answers, or not, but I'm gonna just... That's my explanation. So he's gonna fight us with that, but... Any bullet cells that we attack him with, and possibly even, hang on. Possibly even, Guardian Souls, I don't know. Yeah, that's a great power. Possibly even Guardian Souls, let me try that actually. Breath, excuse me, it says breath clouds of petrifying gas. Did you get that? Oh, you did. Oh, damn it. Okay, let's not give him that, because here you can actually turn this off. He gets both of the power. Okay, shit. Might have been a mistake then. Because you can only hold one power at a time is the thing, so... Actually give him really crappy powers and like the Un, but then I didn't want to give him the other one, which is the Cataplepus power. Hey Carpsweed, how about helping out here? There you go, okay. Now I can get close and hit him with this, which will be not as good as what he has right now. Oh shit, okay. Well, I say that, but apparently the powers are better than I suspected. Alright, well, let's hit him with a wound, I guess. Oh god. Well, it doesn't help that he can do them forever, and I can't really do that. Okay. So let's try that again. And, I was not aware that if you give him if you hit him with a guardian power, he actually gets that, whereas he didn't have anything like that initially. So I guess just don't use those for this fight. Hit him with a Uno, I guess, and then just run away from him and hit him with a weapon. That should be enough to kill him. Because I don't want him to have the power that he has to start with, just the, the fucking Cthulhu power. It's just like going but ranged, so not good for me. Whereas Oon is not ranged, at least not to the same extent, but if it does hit you, okay, that's a problem. You know what, fuck it, I will give him the other go-to power that's probably adequately weak for my purposes, which is the skeleton soul. And hopefully I'll be able to beat him with that. Kind of a funny thing too is that if you have like an upgraded version of that soul and then you hit him with it, he doesn't actually get the upgraded version, he gets the weakest version of that power, so you can just exploit that to just bombard him with high power projectiles and he just hits you with shitty stuff back. Yeah, there we go. Things should go smoothlier now. Even though he has... Oh yeah, by the way, this... something I almost forgot to mention is this track that you're hearing right now for this fight is called Scarlet Battle Soul, aka the ha 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 song. And I'll leave it to you to figure out why. You can hit him while he's jumping like that. It's good. Actually throw in an arc right over you if you're lucky. If you end up right next to him, you can pretty much guarantee that it won't hit you. Alright. Come on. Yeah. Come on. He's kind of dragged on this fight for a little bit more than I expected, though. I don't think it usually takes this long to kill him. There we go. It's over. Came up short, it seems. Toma doesn't kill him. There pity me, soon you shall be the one that will be pitied upon. And he makes this face. And just dies, willingly. That can't be. That was not a question. But what was that? They gain dominance over human soul? No, apparently we gain no power. We can tell this innately, but... yeah, that just happened, so... he's just dead here now, I guess. But we get to continue on, and we should actually probably go back and save again, because the thing is, you see, here's a ring up there. And we cannot possibly jump high enough to get that, even if we use the flying armor thing. But now we do need to go back and save. Probably should have done that before, because now this guy's gonna be here. Shit. Shit. Another Quetzalcoatl type enemy. I think he actually did manage to fit the whole name Quetzalcoatl into this, into the name box this time, but let's see if I can run away, because unfortunately I think this guy's actually going to... he has different jump heights now. That's real neato. He can actually not just get looped into the same spot over and over again like he could before. Maybe actually fit Quetzalcoatl into the name space this time. I think it's the first time in the series I've ever managed to do that. Of course, I don't know why this kind of like Unchained White Dragon Rider type enemy. Let's call that since you know, in Aztec mythology, Quetzalcoatl is supposed to be this flying feathered serpent, which I guess would kind of match the possibly the description of the kind of Chinese or East Asian dragon stereotype, but I don't know. It's like a long serpent, but anyway, here's Malphas, aka Karasuman. You might remember Karasuman being a boss in Symphony, and he looked just like this, except that was actually track you. I thought he like went to the sides and then tracked you. But Karasuman in Symphony was pretty much a joke because pretty much every one of your attacks staggered him. And in this one it's not as much a joke because that little aspect is gone, pretty much. Oh god, what? And that's unfortunate. Actually gets into the corner like that, and oh god, and you're pretty much screwed because all the attacks that it does are off to the side. So I think the safest thing to do now, which I don't know if I'm gonna survive this now because I only have 8 health, as you see. So wait until it does this and then go to the other direction. And it's not really gonna be safe to be near him again until he lands like this, because it means he's gonna be charging up that attack again. Okay. Okay, stay under him pretty much, because he's gonna do the... gonna do the ball sort of thing where he shoots feathers in all directions, like that. Oh god, I'm dead. Which, if you're not directly under him, then you're pretty much screwed, yeah. So let's try that one more time. Dark Chapel. I don't know if I should bother to even fight the Quetzalcoatl right now, to be honest. Oh god damn it, because it gets you trapped up in a corner like this. Oh god damn it. I'm pretty much going to hit you at least once. But whatever. Seems like it's... You know, a lot of the skeleton-based enemies in these DS games, you will notice, I think, do have the thing where they're weak against bashing attacks like hammer attacks. Well, generally that's a pretty good choice for a weapon to try and hit them with. Okay. Oh boy, I don't think I'm gonna be able to dodge because I'm like cornered, damn it. Probably not. It's also not very easy to dodge when fucker launches an attack. He never swooped in like that before. It's the first time I've ever seen it. This boss like tried to attack me by moving in my general direction. Oh, for fuck's sake. Of course. I'm gonna be stuck in the I'm almost dead state, almost perpetually again. What? Guess so, if you can spam that attack without any warning whatsoever. Okay. Come on, charge up the other attack so I can... Oh, maybe I should try a different weapon? Who knows? I certainly do not. Right. Yeah, I still think that if I can play it safe, then if I keep playing it safe, then I can just do it, but... alright. Oh shit. I just had a brain fart there for some reason, though. Once again, I'm kind of weirded out, because I don't even remember these fights dragging on for this long as they do. Right, now, Maybe I should go explore the... because I'm at the dead end. There's nothing else you can get here except killing that boss and getting what you get from that boss. I don't want to have to leave and come back here later. Oh, for fuck's sake. Even in the corner, it's not close enough to where you can hit this guy. Or where you can hit this guy and not get hit in turn. Okay. So let's try to be super careful during the entire fight this time then. You know what the best part is? This seal. I didn't even remember that. That it was going to be, but it is in fact going to be a factor. We'll see exactly how. Oh, for fuck's sake, really? I was standing in there precisely so that wouldn't happen. There. There. Please do the moves I specifically expect you to do. I would appreciate that. Oh god, and please do not spam that move, I would also appreciate that. I am very unappreciative when you do that. Alright. And there you go. Come on. She at least pretty much playing it safe completely now, but still. Like, why is this taking so long? They really expect me to grind and explore some more before coming this way. I don't even know. Couldn't even tell you. Here's another reason why I like Aria more than this game, because I feel like with the progression of Aria is much better paced, because, you know, spoiler alert, you're gonna run into quite a few moments like this in this game, as opposed to, there we go, okay. Can I do it? I don't know if I can. I did it. I was not expecting to get that, but there we go. I will have the Malphas Soul. We can execute a double jump, which looks really weird. It's like actually curly in the air, and that's how we do the double jump. But and we beat the boss. We're now level 15. I wonder if we can get that ring with the double jump and the flying armor combo, but I don't know if we can. If we can't, then I'm just gonna have to leave a note to come back for that later, because I want all the items, like, you know, as with the previous game. Seems like we might be able to if I time it just right, I don't know. Oh, damn it, I almost had it there. Shoot, okay, come on. It's right there. How am I not getting it? Okay, the timing needs to be very precise, but even then, even when it is very precise, it seems like it's still not really paying off. Oh well. Alright, never mind then. I guess I'll make a note on my map to get that shit later. Where am I right now? I'm up here. Okay, okay, that's what that is. Okay, this thing, we don't have this yet. I'll have to come back and get this later. Pretty sure there's something else I do want to get right now that I couldn't get before, but I might be able to now that I have the Malphas Soul. Double jump. There we are. And I don't know if I want to go this way yet, actually. To the right. I think I'm gonna go check it out, but... Here are these enemies. It's living tombstones from... Rondo and Symphony, I think. It's also the exact same, sprites recycled yet again. And here are 3 bells. They're actually very interesting because we can do something with them later in the game that we can't do right now, I don't think. Just need a very particular ability, but right now, as with the bells in the chapel in Aria, we can actually land on them and they ring like that. So let me mark off the stuff that I got in that room. What's with the green? I don't know. I got that, and I got that. Alright. Let's save again, even though we didn't really do anything there. And go check out what the rest of the chapel looks like. Oh. You're supposed to be able to knock that light thing that they create out of the sky. I should be able to get that thing now that we have the jump. Well, it helps if we're, horizontally the thing is aimed correctly. That would probably help. Power belt. What does it do? Provide support to muscles but lowers constitution. Well, why not? We'll try it. The off-screen grinding that I'm definitely gonna be doing with this game because the grinding is worse in this than it is in Aria, I can tell you that much. It's probably gonna start in between this stream and the next one that I make of this game. So I already have some luck here. I don't know if we can get the soul, how soon we can get the soul leader ring, but if we can get it soonish, then pretty sure I have I could also off-screen the money grinding trick and get all the money for that in my own time and buy it and get it and use it to grind even more souls. Because you saw how much fun the grinding part was when I did it at the end of Aria yesterday. The Amalaric Sniper. So, Amalaric Sniper, who is another recycled sprite enemy from Symphony, shockingly. And in that game, though, his name was Sniper of Goth, and apparently the lore behind him is that he's supposed to be a callback to a mysterious historical figure who shot down a king of the Goths called Amalaric with a single arrow from very far away, but I don't know. Why that would inspire them to give him a sprite that looks like that one does, but apparently it would. Okay. Cannot go that way. Also kind of frustrating that we cannot, kill the ghost dancers in one hit yet, because that's actually kind of important to be able to do. But now that we have the double jump, I think we can move on to the next area called the Demon Guest House, which I think we'll at least go to before I end the stream, which kinda wanna end soonish before it gets too late. But yeah, I'll at least go over there and maybe set up some more stuff, but... A dark chapel. Let's go back to the Lost Village and save over there. And also maybe get some more of the flavor text that we can probably get from Yoko and Hammer at this point. Let's go talk to them. Why it doesn't automatically trigger, or maybe it does sometimes, I don't know. Am I glad to see you? What was that man's name, Hammer? Did he try something funny? I often notice him glaring at me. I don't think he's glaring, but... I usually give him a smile, but he always looks away. Did I do something to upset him? Just looks rough, so it looks like he's glaring. So weapon synthesis, what else can we do? I can not have any rapiers yet, so... I can turn the spear into the partisan now if you want. Turn Mace into Morgenstern if... Actually gonna have to get the best hammer for a puzzle, I remember that now. If we had a bomber armor soul, we could turn the blunt sword into the katana. The punch is the thing that involves... I could demonstrate the money trick now if I wanted, but... we have some extra zombie souls. Cutlass... can turn that into... but I don't know if it's really worth it. If we had a warg soul, but is there anything else you want to tell me? Not right now, it seems. What if I leave and come back? Can I ask you something? It's about Julius. Do you think he considers me to be just a burden? Well... he left without a word from me. He also said the monsters inside were tough, so I offered to help. He turned me down as if I were a child. Are you on Julius' side too, Soma? Julius is just worried about you. But I can fight too. Just don't understand how a guy thinks. He cares about you and doesn't want you to see you get hurt. But I try to understand for his sake. Alright. Twittering around all the time isn't much fun. When you get home, make sure you treat me alright. Well, guess they're past that pretense now. So that's how we're gonna be building up her character, I guess. Any more flavor text for me right now? What can you tell me about that Celia woman? She's a priestess of this cult. And she has the ability to open gates to the dark side. She can summon monsters and demons, create zones that draw energy. She also creates zones that draw energy from the dark side. You'll need magic seals to close those gates. Well, that's it. That's all I have to say. Now let's get the shopping going. Alright. Do you know anything about the man named Dario Bossi? He has the ability to create fires. He's been implicated in countless inexplicable fires. A wicked criminal who's wanted all around the globe. What about the other guy, the guy we killed? Or the guy that we didn't want to kill, but he killed himself through sheer willpower? Dmitry Blinov. Don't know much about him. Apparently people call him Dmitry the Mirror. He always lurks behind the scenes and never comes out in the open. As you can tell, that was very helpful. Alright. Do you know about a monster that can instantly switch between two weapons? Well, as a matter of fact, I do. The monster's name is Doppelganger. If you could dominate that soul, it could help you in a fight. And we have, so you know, but Soma says doesn't actually match what he's actually acquired by this point. You defeated Dmitri? Yes, it was so recent, I didn't mention it last time. Didn't finish him, but he died anyway. Can you tell me in detail? I explained what had happened in my battle with Dmitri. That does sound peculiar, given the situation. Suicide sounds unlikely. We should investigate this at the church. The best place to investigate Castlevania stuff, I guess. Okay, she's out of flavor text now. Now let's go talk to Hammer. I bet he has tons of flavor text. We can summon Bat as a familiar now, which might not be so bad, since Bat was one of the better familiars in Symphony. Came at the right time. Just got a new magazine called UMA News, or UMA News. It's about real monsters. It's got news about this area too. Don't you dare read it in my shop. These things sell info. If you look at it for free, it's the same as stealing. I don't know. It's released every so often, so check in to see if a new issue's arrived. Well, I mean, I already got the first issue. Do you have the next one? Yeah, you have 2-1. Let's get castle map 2, I guess. It's not really that helpful right now, so... My main concern is he selling... No, he's not selling the thing yet. Shit, well... I wonder when is he gonna start selling the Soul Eater ring, because I want that. Maybe I could use a money grinding trick to, like, get a bunch of these weapons ahead of time. Apparently Battle Axe might be pretty good. And I can afford it right now, you know, maybe I'll get it. You know what, yeah, let's get the Battle Axe. What could possibly go wrong? Battle Axe. Yeah. I should have gotten this before, actually. 51. Oh yeah, does he have any more flavor text? I can't leave without confirming that, you know. Got some new stuff in? Okay, no, that was the only flavor text he had, so there you go. So let's go, keep going on ahead. Go to the next area, which I think it'd actually be better for us to... Oh, hang on. Where are we going at? Oh yeah, there's a sea room right below me, so I should probably go there first. And then I'll go explore the part of the church that I failed to, or chapel that I failed to before. Because I bailed out to come back here and check out the flavor text. It's very, very appealing. Alright, let's go to the Dark Chapel. Yeah, now we can finally one-shot these guys, which is gonna be handy because I'm probably gonna be grinding their soul very soon. Yeah, boy. Sure do love it when you get little pockets of hot air stuck in your throat, like that. Alright, so what have we got down here, and is it worth it at this time? Well, here's the other Pigu enemy. And he shoots, oh god, okay. He doesn't shoot the fireball in an arc, he shoots it straight ahead. It's the Hellbore, that's what he's called, and he uppercuts you if you're not careful. He's like we're a tiger, whereas the Slaughterer is like we're a jaguar. You compare them to the enemies from Aria. Also, here's here are a few more of these enemies are like polearm demons, which are named after Divine Comedy Malebranche. This is Barbaritia, and this might be probably the best place in the game to grind that soul, since it's just Barbaritia and nothing else. And here's the Bone Pillar, who is actually redesigned, kind of surprisingly. Bother to redesign it, even though the design from Symphony and Rondo was pretty popular. Like, pretty sure some of these guys are based off of the White Dragons. Symphony and Rondo design. The way they make them look here is kind of modeled after that, but they actually retooled the sprites for the... or redesigned the sprites for the Bone Pillars. So what else can we find if we keep going down this mysterious route? It's Executioner or Guillotiner. Excuse me, I thought it was called Executioner for some reason, but... well, there's a good reason why it's called Guillotiner instead. It's to do with how he attacks. You might have guessed how that is by now. From looking at him, how good. Okay, that was good though. Where does this go? Pretty sure we can't travel very far, or maybe we can. Hang on. Let me not be unprepared and just stare at this. Okay, we have the skeleton soul, and there's a red wall here that has a skeleton on it. So what we do is we Hit it with the skeleton soul projectile, and that's how we destroy it. It's actually pretty important. We're gonna have to keep that in mind for later, because, you know, you remember how we have to do the thing with getting the 3 specific souls and equipping them in the final fight with Graham in Aria. I don't know why I say area, but to get to the path to the true ending, well, there may or may not be something similar here, but it's done in a far subtler way. Maybe not subtle, but not as easy to, I don't know, I was gonna say not as easy to figure out, but I don't know if either of those things even apply. As to the, oh, I get something, what was it? Blunt sword, okay. As to the puzzle for how to get the true ending in Aria. Because you need to find the books, which pretty important, and get a red scarf. Hang on, let me mark that on the map. Of this one that I'm trying to keep track of this, the crap that I'm, you know, collecting. I got those in here and I got those in here. I swear I'm gonna have to backtrack to a bunch of places to finish marking this properly. I sure am glad I got the battle axe at least. I do like being able to one-shot some of these enemies. That's pretty much all that's here in the ugly catacombs part of the chapel, I guess, with bloodstains and corpses hanging everywhere. Yeah, there's that room over there where there's a tiny hole that we can't cross through, and there's a cow on the other side. It's like that metaphor where it's like Achilles and the turtle, but there's a tiny hole with a little puppet figure leaning against the wall, that's it, and then there's a cow on the other side. Maybe this cow symbolizes God and the inevitability of death. I don't know. It seems like something somebody would make up, though. So let's go back now that we're done exploring here and actually move on to the next area that we can go to, which is the guest house, which for right now means we have to go back to the oh yeah, we can do kicks right from the beginning too, whereas in well, by right from the beginning I mean as soon as we get the double jump, but in Aria we had to get a special soul to be able to do that, so that's another change. Made it to level 17, oh wow. We're doing some power leveling just by exploring things in poorly planned succession. I'm unamused at these. Okay, here we go. Your Stancer soul raises luck. So we're gonna need that for grinding, obviously. And I'm pretty sure it's the only soul in the game that does that, because you can power it up. You can power it up with collecting multiple copies of it. As I said, that's how you end up having to get the best luck boost from an enchant soul. As opposed to just finding a different one in Aria. That has a better effect. So let's save over here. Did we even go right? No, we didn't, so there's a segment in the middle here that we have not explored. I should probably check that out. I think there's like a water passage, that's why we couldn't approach from the other side. Can't go in water yet. Oh boy, can we kill them? Yeah, we can kill them on Dragras now. That's actually really good. Actually pretty great that we can do that. Alright, so we have the waters there. Can't go that way yet. So let's go back to the warp room and go past the warp room because we don't need to warp anywhere else right now. We need to just keep following through the path on the left that we did not before. And that's how we end up in the other place that we need to go to right now. Okay, we can with this wonderful axe, we can kill a bunch more enemies more easily now. Including mandragoras and corpse weeds. This makes me pleased. Still cannot get up there though, can we? Should be able to reach new... Hang on a minute. Might be a part of the garden that we haven't explored yet. That might be good to know. And that's the one that we reach if we come up here. I don't think did we even go in this direction? Yeah, we did. Okay, so it's not that way, it's this way. I think there might be another boss this way even. I don't know. I think we might have missed that boss before that we were supposed to fight before. Dimitri, I don't know. Oh yeah, we couldn't have made it up here, so okay, never mind. So we won't have found anything there anyways, but might be good to follow along that route now that we can actually get there. So yeah, I think I slightly messed up the order of in which you're supposed to do some stuff around here. Got ourselves a fleuret, which I'm pretty sure is the first rapier in the game. And here's the grinding spot for Rikudas, I'm pretty sure. So let's keep going. Oh god, Molluska. We should actually be able to slow it down enough, though. I hope. I'm not sure. No, we can kill it in 2 hits, so it doesn't matter. Pretty sure we get poisoned if we touch it, though, which is not something I am okay with. I'm pretty sure there's a boss coming up just ahead. There's a reason why there's a save room right here. Oh shit, okay. Let's kill this guy. And level up from doing so. Okay. And check out this door, which we can open with the second seal too. So we need it for both of the encounters that are like this. Here's the other guy with the initials DB. Get it like Dio Brando. Okay. Here at last, you really stepped out of bounds, punk. Talking about Dimitri, so you have to. Yeah, you need double jump to even get here, so you had to have killed him before you get to this point. What are you saying? I wanted to pummel that uppity jerk myself. Doesn't your friend's death mean anything to you? Apparently not, alright. Why do you want to become the Dark Lord anyway? Why? Look at this power. You know, set up some firecrackers in the room. You know, it actually occurred to me that's the reason why there were like fire or explosion sounds earlier is because I forgot that today was Independence Day where I am. So that's probably why. And I was checking a couple of stuff in the back here. But I'm done with that, so imagine how crazy it'll be with even more power. You up way too much. I'll roast you yet to a cinder. I kinda wonder what kind of a... Oh hey, it's a ha 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 song again. And hey, it's this move, this is the exact move that Dracula did in the first part of the fight in Castlevania 3. You might recall that. So it's kind of implied that with the Dracula power that Dimitri inherited was kind of a lesser form of the power of dominance that Soma has, I guess, where he can just use the power of his minions, and then Dario here inherits all the fireball powers that he had, which, to be fair, are actually quite extensive. He could do stuff like this, but it's kind of weird because in Castlevania 3, the attack he does where he like makes the 3 columns of fire based on the sprite work, it kind of looks like he's using like a magic wand or something when he does that. But then again, he always has the thing where he shoots the 3 fireballs from his cape, which is definitely in line with, you know, the fire powers. And you know, this thing where he teleports back and forth from various parts of the room. It's definitely a very Dracula thing to do. I'm sure that even if Dracula didn't trap you between the first 2 pillars in Castlevania 3, he would still try to hit you with the last one outside of that range, though. Apparently Dario didn't quite catch on to that strategy. You can give up trying to become the Dark Lord. Punk like you, you're not walking away from this. Check it out. Oh, but Celia's here. Don't try to stop me, man's got his pride. But I'm not prepared to lose the last candidate. We'll pull back for now, I have another plan. Alright. Raw is what she made him shout. But, space, this game isn't over yet. I shall be waiting on the uppermost floor, as you know, like I told you the first time we met. Just gonna go ahead and say it again, in case you hadn't noticed, okay. So let's go back and save and then we'll continue on this way. You know, I streamed all of these DS Castlevania games back in, like, Hitbox ages ago, but I think I had a problem with getting through the last parts of all of them, because I was kind of rushing through all of them. Because I was back then, I did not want to make any stream longer than 2 hours for some reason. I didn't really have that much time to devote to them. I wanted to go through like as many games as I could for some reason, so I ended up being under-leveled near the endgame parts. And now it looks like it's gonna be the other way around, where I'm just gonna be insanely grinding everything because I want to get 100% souls again. So it's kind of weird how things come full circle. Right, can't go that way because there's a thing in the way, but gold souls appears, of course. Appear. But we can go the other way, which leads to another area. Let's see where we're gonna end up. I bet it's where I thought I was gonna end up if I follow the other path. Yep, a demon guest house. The kind of... Actually, no, I was gonna say the castle center area, but no, the garden that we just left is the castle center area. You know, speaking of the castle, this is not even Dracula's castle that we're in right now. It's like the cultist castle that they just happen to have and filled with demons and shit. And here's Persephone the Ninja Maid again. Still very polite with introductions before she starts kicking the shit out of you. And I think we got a cutscene. Oh boy, it's Arcado with a very surprised expression. Soma. Question mark. Told you not to get involved, didn't I? God damn it, Soma. Took me this long to realize you were here, even though everyone else knows that already. Thought that you were protecting Mina. Mina is fine, though. Apparently this is more important. Keeping you under observation gets priority. Still treating me as if I were the Dark Lord. Haven't you seen enough? You are considered to be extremely dangerous, but since you're here, I suppose I can't stop you. Prepare to overlook use of excessive force. Okay. So yeah, who cares about international law when you're hunting vampires and demons? I wonder if the Geneva Convention exists in the Castlevania world, considering that, you know, vampires and demon hunts are like a historical thing. Can't just allow this cult to carry on this way. Also, Mina gave me something for you. There you go. Mina's talisman. A letter and a talisman. Can we get the little tune from the intro again? That's kind of a bassy. Dear Soma, if you're reading this, you probably got after that cult. Had a feeling you would when you disappeared after that incident. Not that you worry about me, Soma, but I worry just as much about you too. Won't ask you to come back right away because you're way too stubborn. Please promise me that whatever happens, you'll come back unharmed. Don't forget about the talisman, I'm sure it'll come in handy. Be praying for you always, Mina. What have you discovered? I described what I had learned so far to Arcado. The fact that Celia mentioned the plan doesn't sound too good. Only thing I can do, though, is keep climbing towards the top floor. In the meantime, try to track down Dario's whereabouts, and there he goes. Just power walks past me with great stride, and now I'm left to fend off this floor's worth of demons. I see the structure of the demon guest house is actually kind of weird. Pretty much got a bunch of floors that look the same, and there's more ghost dancers. I do not like having them around because they just go through everything being ghosts and all. Ghost dancers, Liliths, and skeleton boomerangs, and that's not even all. Now we need to explore around a bit before we climb up. I'm gonna see if I can get beat the boss of this area, and then that's probably where I'll end it for now. Apparently Persephone's not very quick in the draw there. And another chair. Yeah, there's a reason why there's chair at a bunch of different places. Chairs. There is a reason for that. It's an infrastructure, you see. It's the chair network. Okay, so they're not connected. Also, there's a devil enemy. He's actually looks better animated in this game, if you ask me. But okay, so here's a thing. Here's another small hole in the wall with a puppet collapsed next to it that we can't go through because we're too big. Oh. But, I think if we had approached this from, you know, the other entrance that we had to this general area from the garden, we would have ended up on the other side of that wall. And maybe the bridge, I don't know. There you go. It's a Japanese onomatopoeia for a kiss. You actually have that. I wonder if they had actually dubbed that noise, what they would have made it in the English version. Moi? I don't know. I'm curious about that. Oh, here's this puzzle. Hang on, we're not going here yet. Believe me, this puzzle is not nearly as bad as you might think from first glance. Even though it is a sliding puzzle. Because your goal is not to solve it. Gotta do something else with it. Yeah, she can backdash too. Alright. Got a coffee from the Lilith. Okay. And now we're going the other way, i.e. we're going up. There is that doorway here that I don't want to... Oh, there's a save room site. That would have probably been a bad thing if I had missed that. So I'm quite glad I did not. Oh, they dropped tea, I think, here. Got coffee and tea from the distinguished enemies of this floor. They're not short on caffeine, at least. Can we even climb any? I think we can climb a little bit higher at least. I don't know if we're going to be able to climb all the way up right now. Okay. We can get to the next level right now. I think you get cursed if the blue heart that they kiss at you actually hits you. I don't think you get poisoned though. Alright, okay, we got a waiter skeleton here, and unlike the waiter skeletons in Aria, these ones actually throw their plate of food at you and then they run away. They don't actually stick around and keep attacking you, which means if you want to kill them and get their soul, you need to kill them faster, which I can't do yet apparently. I'm wondering how the audio levels are right now, because apparently this game, or the audio for this game, is way louder than it was in the Game Boy emulator. Oh boy, it's Valkyrie. Can two-shot her now at least. I yearn for being able to one-shot her like we were able to do at the end of Aria. I do. And there's another issue of Uma News. It's 1-2, so I can follow up on the first story. Oh hey, it's Persephone's soul. Magic vacuum which vacuums up enemy HP. I think I prefer the soul descriptions in Aria over this one, to be honest. They're a bit more humorous and vague. Another level, we're now level 20. Well, on our way to max level, clearly. Even though I don't know if I'm gonna be max level in any of these games. I don't think I am. Where are you? There you are. There's a killer clown who shoots his cards at you. Hang on a minute. Balormal Festival. Okay, it's just a button config. No, damn it. This attack. There. Oh, yeah, we can do a super attack if we press A. To use MP, I think. You can see what it is for the axe, the battle axe. Forgot that we could do that from the beginning. Probably should have used that in a couple of other places. And here are the killer dolls, aka marionettes from Symphony, and it's another recycled sprite from Symphony. Your humanity. Can we keep going? Okay, this is as high as we can go right now. Oh shit, there's two Valkyries. And there's a passageway here, though. I don't know if it's the passageway I've been thinking of earlier. Where, if we keep going, let me see. Something tells me it won't be, but let's just take a look. No, it's just another wall with a puppet against it that has a hole. It's so mysterious. Okay, let's go back down and take the route we're actually supposed to take, because we have to get to the other side of that little partition in the area. Oh shit, I thought you had died already. We were gonna die from that attack at least. Alright, let's save and take the left path. By the way, does it tell you what your map completion is? 28.2%. I think that refers exclusively to the map. You know, it's like, you know, the old castle in pretty much the earlier Metroidvanias, where there's only one, well, actually no, that's a lie. I was gonna say there's only one map you can get throughout the whole game, which is the way it worked in Circle of the Moon and the way it looked like it was gonna be in Symphony until we introduced the inverted castle. But now you get the full castle map and then you get something else after that. It's kind of like the chaotic realm in Aria, but different. We'll see what that is. Hopefully in due time. Now though, we go back over here and kill all the dragon heads, or in the one group. Okay, so here we go. So if we go... So, you know, this is actually a kind of a map for the place or the rooms that we enter into if we follow into the room set. You know, are to the left of this one. Like if we go into room number 5, which is a dead end, we get the Kotal there. We actually want to go to the dead end rooms because that's where the interesting stuff is. There we go, we can go up to room 8, so we can go to room 5 and room 8, better. We're about to go to room 8 anyway. Better make a note of that. Here's the turquoise stud. And what other room? We want to go to room 9 and room 12 also. I think I can see how we can make that happen. Alright, let me see. Room 5, no, we not to go to this room. Damn it. There we go. Go to room 9 and gonna have to get to room 12 eventually. Oh, room 1 has the cestus. I didn't realize that actually. Room 9 has the Justacal, or whatever, however the fuck you're supposed to pronounce that. Which actually is pretty good armor for this point in the game. And the power belt is the best one we can get for the other stuff now, right now. I don't think we'll bother with Ghost Dancer Soul until I level it up though. And now to get to room 12, I need to kind of circle around, or yeah. Hang on. There we go. Go left and up and left and up and right. And it's a pretty good idea to just visit all the rooms here because, you know. And it's a great sword. I don't think it's as strong as the... yeah. I don't think it's as strong, and it is indeed not as strong as the battle axe we have, so I'll just keep that for now, the battle axe. So what room is that I have not visited? It's room 13, I think. Let's go try passing through there, I guess. Because now we can just reset this to automatically open up the path to the top left corner, which I think is where we have to go, but let's go to the other places actually. Let me see. I think it's definitely worth it. Let me just go, actually no, let me make the path to the other places first. Okay, now we just need to replace this with 1. The question is how am I gonna do that? There we go, perfect. Perfect, okay. And where's this gonna take me, I wondered? To this place. Oh wait, this might actually connect to the outside. Lost Village. There we go. High potion. I don't know how liberally my use of potions is going to be now that I'm playing on a normal difficulty, but probably not very much. Sure hope we can climb back up this room once we're done falling down it. Sure would be a shame if we had to go all the way around, because if I chose to take this route at this point. So let's see, what else we got over there? Apparently nothing in particular, just a lamp. So... well, we are however missing some of the... upper parts of the room, rooms like this, and I don't know if we can get there yet, though, 'cause it looks like we jump higher than we can right now to even get there, so... and same here. Actually, same here, even though we can't actually get to that room above this one from that room. Nope. Oh yeah, hang on, we can actually follow up on something. Because if we look at the Uma News issues that I collected, abominable snowman discovered. Snowman living in the mountains spotted near the mountain village. And if you take a look in the background here, what do we got over there? Oh boy, it's that video. Do you believe in Bigfoot? We believe in Bigfoot around these parts. I wonder if we could ever make contact with such a creature. So let's go back up there. Let's get back into the guest house and take the other paths, because we do need to do that too. And we need to kill everything we run into on the way, of course. Not doing that is not an option. And it shouldn't be. So we go through all of these paths yet again. And now let's go to the upper right path, or try to. I need this 3 piece to get all the way up there, I think, 'cause it's the only one that twists the way this one does. And now I need a piece like this. There we go, perfect. And now we just keep going up there until we get to where we want to be. So where are we now? Oh, it's room of the mirror and the ring mail. We're gonna have to come back to the mirror room though. Get all the stuff in these rooms? I did. Let me mark stuff in the map. And there was something up here too, I think, that I got. Yeah, so it's a potion. So now let's just reset the thing to the default position, which is where it will automatically take us to the upper left path, which is where we need to go to proceed. Yes, that's nice of the game designers to where if for some reason you have a phobia of even interacting with that sliding puzzle thing, then they just don't even make you do it. And move on to the upper floors of the guest house, which is where we will eventually run into the boss, which is a very interesting fight indeed. I gotta get cursed. Yep, still happens. If you touch the marionettes, you get cursed. Which, much like in classic, when what would become, or I guess had become, a stable mechanic of Metroidvanias, getting cursed basically means your magic is continually drained. Let's go this way. Let's go step on the giant piano keys, which, you know, spoilers, it serves no purpose other than being a neat background prop. Oh yeah, this part. So let's climb on the dragon head, shall we? That we may be able to reach this part at the top. There we go. And then we get this passage of icy crystals that we can break with the touchscreen, and we have to make a stairway to the top of the part. Top of this whole thing, I'm pretty sure. That's why they put this here. It's kind of a puzzle. War fatigues, and also Omanus 2-4. Alright, well, we got both of those items. I guess might as well mark that. And there it is. Okay, let's need to make a quick way back here, and let's fall on this side. It's a really good place to you don't grind this soul. I was just about to say. It's perfect if you want to kill a bunch of these dudes until we get soul for it. Best possible place. Alright. And you get good experience, I would imagine, from just the sheer number of these fuckers here to kill. There we are. We are now level 21, incidentally. So let's continue on. See what the rest of this whole place is gonna look like. Oh, yep, Scalaran Soul 2, enhanced throwing ability. I think that means we can either throw stuff farther or... Oh, here's Boer, by the way, I think. That's what this is. Yep. The lion with 5 legs looking quite a bit different than he did in Aria. Design did not stick as much as the Boer design from Aria did. As I mentioned at the point where the Boer design from Aria is actually going to be used for Bloodstained, where Boer is returning as an enemy. Well, let's kill the dolls here. Oh boy. You can activate from any point in the room that he's in, even if he's not close to you when you get into the room. That's exciting. Alright. Got the high potion. Let me try to mark the collected stuff that I have on the map here a bit more carefully. Alright, definitely got that. There's more stuff waiting for me at the top, it seems, but not quite there yet. Chew yourself. Alright. Okay. And okay, here's the other side of this corridor that we've already been to, which has the... Oh shit. I was hoping he would start dashing and then I would... swooping and then I would slide under him at the last moment, but no, he was... tracking me for far too long to make that a reality. Okay. There we go. I think there's a warp room here, if I recall, yep. But we're gonna keep going until we get the save room, which shouldn't be very far, since the boss is also not very far. Also, I like that you can swat the clown's cards out of the air before he sends them at you. Funnily enough, now that I'm thinking about it, I think the devil and demon types and demon type enemies' attack pattern is taken from the pattern of the Valkyries and the Erinis from Aria, whereas the Valkyries and the Erinis in this game have a different attack pattern where they just lunge directly at you in the air, except instead of what they did before, which is what the demons do now, which is swoop down at you in an arc. Kind of a reverse or inverted arc. Inverted vertically, that is. Alright, here's the other side of this. Oh, damn it. Passageway. Might as well uncover or map as much of this as we can. It's good to be a completionist, don't you know? Oh, also that's what happens, in case you haven't noticed. If you actually get hit by the clown's cards, you actually get an animation of the cards cutting through you. Oh fuck, I get cursed. Oh well. Big deal. Not like I'm using magic for anything right now. If this were a boss fight, I would probably be unamused, but it's not. Okay, speaking of curses, let's take care of this room. Oh boy. Woman-Use 2-2. You almost have the entirety of Woman-Use issue 2, I think. We're missing 2-3. If I recall. Ugh. Okay, we need this actually, I forgot about that. It's a magic seal 3, aka the bane of my existence begins. Let's see if I can get to the end of the stream without having to resort to save states for the magic seals. The drawing of seals, I don't know. Oh, here we are. Let me see if I can get better equipment. I don't think I can right now. What about the war fatigues? They raise your attack, but not by a lot, and they lower defense by a proportion. That's not really worth it. Okay. One pillar raises constitution, golden raises strength, which is what I have equipped. I'll just keep this, I guess. Skeleton. So let's fight the next boss here, which will be my final challenge for today. It's an interesting room and an interesting boss indeed. It's the Puppet Master. And it's speaking Japanese that I don't understand. I want to say it's like a quote from Fist of the North Star, but I don't even know. Alright. It definitely feels like he says "oh my" somewhere in there though. And actually he summons these floating dolls around to destroy you, and he also does this thing where he produces a doll and he puts it in the Iron Maiden, and if he gets it in there you swap places with it and you get wrecked, like I did there. Yeah, you can go through his, I forgot you can go through his face and it doesn't hurt you. Just gotta worry about the other stuff in the arena. Here's also the first appearance of this boss theme, which is called Into the Dark Night, and it stands out in some people's heads for some reason. Maybe it's the sick guitar riffs, hover driven, which is something unheard of since the Castle Corridor theme. How good did I die? Yeah, I died. You can destroy you real quick with that move, which is kind of problematic. And I think it's pretty much generally agreed on that. You know, they don't actually use that theme for every boss fight after this point, or up to a point even. There are some normal bosses that you fight after this that don't have this theme, but it feels like they only use this theme for the fights that are appropriately intense, so it probably helps. Moruda. Alright, he's doing it again already. He never stops doing this, you see. Well, he pretty much only has two moves. That's this thing with the Iron Maiden and summoning the red dolls. Of course he's gonna be doing this a lot. So let's see how long he's gonna hold out with my trusty battle axe, whacking his hand and his face constantly. There we go. Okay, can I do it? Oh god, I can't do it very well. No, I didn't. Damn it, fuck. Okay. So yeah, you see, this is what happens when you fail the magic seals, which I did because I'm resting my mouse on the chair, the arm of my chair right now, which is not very stable. So I can't even do it fast enough, or precisely enough. And it's only gonna get worse as the seals get more complicated, so... Okay, let's see. Let's try that again. I don't think it's gonna get any better this time, though. Oh, I did it somehow. Alright then. But yeah, I will definitely be using the save state thing to correct myself at some point. I guess this seal will survive, though. There's only 5 seals in the game, and this is the 3rd one, so... oh, you can stand on these things. I didn't even know. Are they still here if you leave and come back? No, they are not. Okay, so I guess it's where the Iron Maidens were that were in those positions, but yes. Get the Puppet Master's Soul, which lets you throw a puppet and switch places with it. Not like so. Like so. There you go. Puppet might look familiar too. You can use it to even throw the puppet through tight spaces and transport yourself to those tight spaces. That it lands in. Or to the other side of them at least. I just realized I just changed my equipment to wearing nothing basically. Okay. So I didn't want to use the Puppet Master Soul for my normal loadout for some reason, but I am level 22 now, by the way. But yeah, since that pretty much ends the Demon Guest House area here, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream now too, because I've been going on for a while. And it's gonna be it's 2 minutes to midnight again. I acknowledge it's precisely at that time, but... let me save state again, basically. It's the same thing, yeah it does. Alright, this is the screen, that's important. I must do so for some reason. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna be leaving that for now. I will be continuing this on Wednesday, probably, unless something weird happens. So let me go ahead and close this for now. I'm actually quite glad that my configuration for that thing getting captured by the everything managed to I need to get rid of some of this stuff now. Managed to still be recognized by OBS without me having to reorganize it. I don't need the image 2 here, and might as well switch back to this overlay now. Yeah. Where are the things? I'm screaming, okay. And the image, which for some reason this is all scattered. And where's the text that's supposed to go? There we go. So yeah, we'll see you on next I stream, which is probably going to be, and probably will be, not both at once, on Wednesday. And until then, have a good night and whatnot. I'm gonna play the music. Okay, I'm gonna play music from the game actually, might as well. If I can find it. There it is, the folder. And let's play this bassy song that's the intro for the game apparently. I don't know, it's kind of neat, I found. But yeah, I'll see you next time.